Hi there, we're in here in a house in Brantford, Ontario, and what we're about to go show is what we call the trifecta. We've had bats, squirrels, mice, all in this attic over time. These new homeowners bought it, realized there's something that need to be done about it. So after re-roofing the house and doing all our prevention outside, we've ridded the house of bats, mice, and squirrels. And now it's time for the remediation. What we're about to do is bring you up here and show you the extent of damage having wildlife in your attic and what they can do to your home. And the damage and the health reasons why we want to make sure these animals out and we keep them out. What we're going to do now is we're going to go up in the attic and we're actually going to show you the damage these animals cause, okay? From chewed wiring that can cause electrical fouls to contaminated and compacted insulation, which is causing insulation issues and health risks, and also some structural damage from squirrels chewing on the trusses in the roof line. So welcome you to come on up. Okay, so to the average homeowner coming up to the attic, you're not going to see what we see. So you just see an attic with some insulation in it. What I see is a poorly insulated attic, a low-performing attic, and the reason why is this insulation that's here that you see should be a nice pillow insulation up about 18 inches. I should not be able to see the wooden framing trusses and bedwork here that are on the attic floor. This should be covered in insulation. This is another, I guess you could say, indicator that animals have been in this attic. That pillow of insulation is now compacted from about 18 inches all the way down to about 6, if that. So this attic, again, is losing an absorbent amount of heating and cooling costs in the winter and the summer. And again, we're going to be removing this insulation. We're going to decontaminate this attic. We're going to properly ventilate this attic and then reblow this insulation back into code, which is 40, but we're going to go up to R50 for this particular client and have a nice pillow of about 19-20 inches of insulation. Once we know that the house is animal proof, this insulation will stay sound and our customers will be happy for years to come. The rodents have been in this attic for a while. You can see the insulation is not high and fluffy anymore. It's actually been compacted right down from all the squirrels and mice and everything trampling all over it. Enough that if you see the activity right here, the insulation's been moved all the way from the edges. There's absolutely no R value here. Air is now escaping in all these parts of the home. I'm sitting here right now. Part of a soffit venting issue here is it's been ripped and pulled and brought up in the attic. It should be over here, okay? Now, once we come up here and we start looking, we actually can start seeing, look at these electrical wires. Absolutely chewed and annihilated all the way down, okay? This is a potential for a health risk. So thank God these homeowners called us, said, hey, we have these issues. And like we do all the time, we do attic inspections for this exact reason, to inform the homeowners that we need to fix this. The first stage of what we're going to do is we're going to remove all the contaminated insulation. And now, if you look here, I'm looking at a bunch of squirrel droppings, bat droppings, and mouse droppings all mixed together from the years of being here. See all of it right here, all of it in here, all right? And back further in their attic, there's a bigger concentration. So again, this is the trifecta of the attic. We're going to go show you some structural damage next. And this is a typical case of why you do not want wildlife in your home. This is an example of what we want to show you what mice are doing. Right, what we're seeing here is what we call a mouse tunnel. This tunnel is created when the mice are invading the attic and looking for a nice safe home, as they'll burrow underneath the insulation, create tunnels and trails under their nests. So what you don't know is this is causing thermal loss of heating and cooling throughout your attic, because instead of being a nice pillow blanket of insulation, it's almost like a Swiss cheese, okay? So it's allowing air to escape throughout the house. Combine that with the compaction of the squirrels and everything in here, the R value, which is supposed to be code of about R40, we do R50, we're probably down to about an R10 to R15 now because of the damage. So this is what we don't want to see. So this is the evidence we look for when we say to a homeowner, hey, you might have a mouse problem. This is called a mouse tunnel. But right here is another example. We're in a different location of the attic to find more chewed wiring. Okay, this wiring is exposed wiring. Again, a fire hazard. If a mouse or a squirrel was to chew right through and it's a live wire, they could electrocute themselves and then in return start a fire. So I'm glad we caught this early. This is going to be safer for the homeowners now that we've evicted all the animals. It's time to fix up this house with new wiring, new insulation, and get it back up to code. Okay, so what we're looking at here in the attic is, if you can notice, I'm going to highlight it here with the flashlight, and kind of if I pull the flashlight away, you can see the actual wood structure of the truss has chewed almost half away. So the supporting beam that this is supposed to support is no longer structurally sound, and we have a few of these beams throughout the house that should and probably will be replaced. Now, left longer, we're going to have an issue. We're going to have this roof caving in. We're going to have possibly floods, possibly somebody getting hurt, because as the weight of the snow builds up here in Canada, this structure, this truss, is no longer to support the weight and could cave in. So, like, again, what I've said before, I can't reiterate it enough that if you have wildlife in your home, get them out fast. Don't leave it, because then we have to fix in thousands and thousands of dollars of repairs to bring your house back into code. Okay, so again, Jared Houliston from Ontario Wildlife Removal here in an attic in Brantford, Ontario.